For those who live around Kaswa and some other areas have been complaining about the interference of another radio station, let me assure you that our technicians are working at it. It is not a case that we are not aware of the interferences, and usually the interference is heightened around the time when Johnny's bite is airborne. But don't worry, our technicians are working at it, and hopefully there'll be a solution very, very soon. But yesterday I learned with pain and shock the sudden demise of a gentleman that has been admired on social media, admired on radio, and for many who transacted their business with Malcolm, engaged with him, interfaced with him, broadcast colossus, former director at the GBC, the late Godwin Avenobo, popularly known as the Grandmaster, learned with shock and pain that he was no more. And it was just on Sunday that we had engaged on Sunday. So affable, so loving. And it was one of the few people who would always draw my attention to a thing or two, and sometimes with his wealth of experience, guide me and tell me, no, this one is wrong. No, this one is right. No, you could have done this. So I don't just do Johnny's Bite from, as many people assume, from a small boy's perspective. There are a lot of big men in society who watch from afar and occasionally call in and tell me stuff and guide me. And he's been one of the great mentors, the Grandmaster. He's gone to be with the Lord. He's bowed out. And I pray that his family will find the courage and peace that they need at this time to go through this. Rest in peace, sir. You'll be sorely missed. Now, he had this to say, that some Ghanaians, this was just 11th of August, not so long ago, that some Ghanaian politicians, why do you take us for granted in a disrespectful manner? Stop the promises and deal with the problems. Put it up. Why do you why do you take us for granted in a disrespectful manner? Stop the promises and deal with the problems. This was what he said. There's another one that he put up. Peace Park is needless. We have enough laws to ensure discipline, behavior, and so let the police work without fear or favor. Peace Park is needless. We have enough laws to ensure disciplined behavior. Let the police work without fear or favor. These two things that he has said hit the very core of the issues, some of the issues that I've been raising here. We'll get to the Peace Pact in a bit. But first, let's talk about what is important to the people. When I speak about Kolebu Teaching Hospital, for example, I speak about any other, state-owned institution. Come to me. State-owned institution. I do not speak about it because I hate somebody, no. I do not speak about it because I have a personal issue with anybody, no. If the people who run some of the public institutions know that they are doing what is wrong, and you talk about it and they feel offended, then you must know first of all that they have no place being in that office or in those offices. So when I talked about Kolebu and I spoke about the renal department, I've spoken about the renal department for about a year now. From when they started charging illegal fees, to when the Parliamentary Select Committee went there, to when they had to reverse the illegal fees, to when they shut the place down, 19 people died. So many things at Kolebu. Show me the maternity block at Kolebu. What looks like? I told you Kolebu looks like a graveyard, and I don't hate anybody at Kolebu. No. If that was to be so, the unions at Kolebu who are up in arms and asking the board, they should be the ones you should be saying they hate Kolebu, but they don't hate Kolebu. Put it up there. This is Kolebu. This is Ghana's first and primus inter pares of all hospitals. This one. Now, do you go to this place if you are in trauma, you have had an accident, you're going to give birth, you need to be healed? Do you go to such a junk place to be healed? Do you go to such a junk place? What it is now? Tell me which of our ministers, tell me which of our MPs, Tell me which of our chief executives, tell me which of our big men, really, when they are in power and they have opportunity to hold diplomatic passports, etc., tell me which one of them will go and walk in and say, admit me inside this thing. But there are Ghanaians who have been admitted inside this thing. Today, as we speak, Kibu Teaching Hospital. So nobody hates anybody when we talk about Kibu Teaching Hospital. No, nobody hates. As we speak, for more than 3 weeks, the renal department at Kibu has been shut down. And a good old Governor Venobo, may he rest in peace, says, stop making promises and fix the real issues that affects the people. Fix the real issues. Stop the promises. When I spoke about the Kibu renal department, I spoke about it because, number one, people couldn't pay. Number two, the reagents were delaying. I've told you that sometimes Kibu will order things in excess. Things that have shelf life of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they order it in excess. The place has been shut down because the reagents are not there. They call it consumables to confuse people. They are not there. What they need to do the things they have to do, they are not there. So it's being shut down. Do they care if people die at all? Do they care? Do they care if people get complications at all? Do they care? Do they even consider that times are hard, as everybody in this country has admitted, but the people in authority have not admitted the portion of the problem that they have contributed to bringing us on our knees thus far? Do they wonder where the people are going to rake up the money from their pockets and from, their savings or wherever it is to be able to come to the center, go to private entities to go and pay? Do they think about it? They don't think about the people. They don't really think about the people. And the place has been shut down. See, there's a gentleman who was rescued by a fire service officer. Fire service officers, right? Comes from a shaman some corner. Let's play that. Let's play that tape. Listen to the gentleman. He climbed a pylon. He wanted to. He climbed a pylon. He wanted to. The Ghana National Fire Service came to the show and had to rescue him. I'll find that for you. But the president of the renal dialysis patients, he's been speaking. Play his video. Play.
If I tell you the kind of tests that I go in to be able to do one session a week, it's just by his grace. And I'm even tired. When I see my colleagues, I'm even tired. It's so horrible. Pregnant women, pregnant men, pop faces, swollen feet. I mean, you see your colleague come in and you could see death is staring at the person's face. Whatever be the case, we beg them. If not that by Wednesday, we are picketing here. All the renal dialysis patients are coming to sleep here. We'll bring our mattresses, we'll bring everything. So at least we are closer to Kibu. When we die, they take us to the mortuary.
Did you hear the man?
Johnny's vice.
Did you really hear the man?
If I tell you the kind of
the excuses that have been made, and a new promise. So what really went into promising, for example, and it was, let the records reflect that it was after I had spoken about the renal department and exposed what was happening there and brought it to the fore, that we made the promise that we're going to give some, free renal dialysis 3 times a week to some categories of patients. We said it, and we're going to run it until December, or up to December. What kind of sustainability plan went into it? Was it for political reasons? I don't know. But clearly we can see that over a period, the sustainability plan was missing. What was the plan? The bigger plan, what was it? What considerations were made? The man says he can say on authority that the things are the temaport. Remember the free medicines that we went to beg for TB and all of that? It was at the port. We were doing kwani with it. You have gone to beg somebody for medicine for your children. The person has brought the medicine to a point. You say, oh, now add money and let me transport the medicine. And the person said, oh, come on. Okay, you take half of the transport. I said, no. You still have to give me the full compliment. It had to take the media to talk about it for the health minister to move from his office to go and sit at the port to get those things cleared. Why? The late Governor Venobo, he says that stop the promises. The basic things that we have to fix, we are not fixing. We keep promising new things. For example, last Sunday, we were promised that, very soon, we will have 100 electric vehicles in town. Very, very soon. I said, bingo, that's good. If the electric vehicles come, I will be happy about it. But if you look at the way we have mismanaged and undermanaged Ayalolo, the way we have ruined STC, the way we have ruined Metro Mass, and the way we have successfully implemented the SkyTrain project after spending $2 million for shaggy reasons, you will clap when they tell you that you will have electronic vehicles in town. Listen carefully. I said the way we have run Ayalolo, a machine, Lolo. Ayalolo bus services, we have run it down. Go to their terminals, you see the buses there, run down. Go to Metro Mass, some of the spare parts they can't even find. Go and check Metro Mass, Kufuor's Metro Mass, go and check it. And then go to STC and go and check the buses. I've been showing you these things. And I said the way we have run those three, at least, it gives me a lot of hope that when we come and we bring the electronic vehicles, we will run them the same way. And it will be exceptional. We tried to create bus lanes when Ayalolo started. What has happened to them? We told the people that we're going to give them SkyTrain. We spent $2 million. Where are the SkyTrains? Where are they? The SkyTrains, where are they? So it's not about the lofty promises, no. It is about fixing the real issues that the people have, the basics, back to the basics. Maza, pull the document with the red markings. And I read in the document, it said, my own Ghana Institute of Journalism, the National Film and Television Institute, NAFTI, Nkrumah's NAFTI, Nkrumah's GIJ. They now say, there are new universities. And I say, how do you come and put 3 existing universities together, rebrand them, and call them new? How? Is it because there was an act? Read the manifesto. We created the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC. GTEC used to be there. It used to be accreditation board. It's not a new creation. It used to be accreditation board. Professor Jenapot knows this. It used to be there long time ago as the single apex body for the regulation, development, and policy oversight of tertiary education institutions. Created and resourced 6 universities, one of which is currently under construction. 1, CK Tedam University of Technology and Applied Sciences. It existed already. It's not one of the UDS universities. CK Tedam. Is it not one of the UDS universities? Simon Diedong Dombo University of Business and Integrated Development Studies. Is it not also one of the UDS universities? That President Rawlings created? Now you come to University of Energy and Sustainable Development. Then you go to University of Media Arts and Communications. University of Media Arts and Communications is Ghana Institute of Languages, my beloved GIJ, and NAFTI put together. Is it a new university? And then you come to Akenting, Apia Minkan University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurship Development, Ebe. So we rebrand the thing. We paint it, repaint it. We put a new name on it. Say we have created a new university. Build your own and start naming it the way you want to name it. Build your own. Then these are the UDS universities that Jerry Rawlings created. The same Jerry Rawlings that was bastardized over many years. CK Tedam University of Technology and Applied Science. Those who went to UDS, they know. Simon SD Dombo, they know. They know their schools. They know their schools. Those of us who attended GIJ, we know our school. NAFTI people know their school. GIL knows their school. The fact that and you are even running the same schools from the same campuses that we went to school. You have not added anything. And you say you have created these universities. What kind of operate too much? What is this? I mean, what really is this? What is this? What really is this? What is this? And then we are told that, e-levy will create 11 million jobs. Sixtus, find that thing for me. We are still being charged e-levy. And e-levy was supposed to be what would stop us from ordinarily going to the IMF. The promises that were made that we will not go to the IMF is because when people said, oh, even the tariff for e-levy is to bring it down. I said, no, we will take it. We will pass it. Sticker. Stephen Amwa, Deputy Finance Minister, said we will pass it. But then there's nothing they can do about it. Yes, you passed it. That's right. You have the power. And then you said e-levy proceeds will create jobs for 11 million people for Riata. This is 1 year ago. Maybe more. Today we are talking about unemployed youth. Today you agree that there's a ballooned figure of unemployed youth. Ghana Statistical Service says 1.9 million of your young people are unemployed. 1.9 million of your young people are unemployed. Some say the numbers could be much more than what the Statistical Service is talking about. Yet you talk about 2.1 million jobs that have been created. Ordinarily, we had been able to create these 11 million jobs, and let nobody come and tell me that because you are still collecting e-levy. In fact, even the thresholds that you put there for e-levy, you are stopped. Even to transfer money to your own merchant and back and forth, your own linked accounts, do you still take e-levy for those ones? Those ones were not part of the initial agreement, but you are still dipping your hands in our pocket while still taking IMF money. And there's no apology for it. So where are the 11 million jobs? As the late Gordon Avenobo said, let's tackle the real issues that matter to the people. Find me that Ashaman video. While you work at it, there's Pastor Abraham Lamte's video. We've been talking about peace. Listen to the pastor. Listen to what the pastor said. Listen to him. Listen.
Johnny's Vibe.
Peace. Is it underrated or overrated?
Peace has not been overrated, but rather underrated.
Why do you say that?
I say so because we don't understand it. And if we do, we will bring it to, you see, you can't overrate or underrate peace.
Peace is peace.
Peace is peace. But then peace is not the absence of problems. Peace is not the absence of challenges or problems or trials.
Right.
But peace is the awareness of your state and the knowledge that God is there with you, so it's okay.
So we're going to an election.
Yes, sir.
We will sign peace pacts. Political party A, B, C, D will come and sign peace pacts. I pledge.
What is the need? What is the use of signing peace pacts if everybody understands peace? Thank you.
But then we sign these peace pacts.
For
And then we go and see election violence. For example, the last election, 8 people died. We have not spoken about
so
it.
signing
We're going to
does
sign another
not
one.
bring peace. It is the knowledge of it and knowing the value of it that brings peace.
But whose job is that?
Everybody's job
In society.
It's society's job. You know, when greed, selfishness, self-centeredness disappears from society, peace becomes automatic. So you don't need everybody to stay away from these 3 before you know you have peace. But you create them for yourself. Be an advocate of peace. Be everywhere you go, let peace be the aura, the energy around you.
Right.
Now, peace is the desire to look foolish.
Okay.
In the sight of everyone who thinks they are right, but you know they are wrong, yet for peace sake, you keep quiet.
But I have nothing useful to add. Let those who are beating war drums and those who are telling people that they have muscles. I saw my brother Salam the last time saying, no, he has muscles, we don't pin a womb. Then somebody also says that whether they like it or not, won't hand over power. And then they will pass back and get some other officials of the same group of people who come and say that, yeah, you are refusing to sign. How have we brought closure to the 8 people, the families of the 8 people who died? And it was reported widely. Al Jazeera reported it, BBC reported, they called it bloody election that elected Nanado, blah, blah. Nanado, you are leaving. It is hanging around your neck. Ahmed Swale's death is also hanging around your neck. Those who are pushing for the peace pact, it's okay. But you heard us, what is the need of signing a peace pact if we all understand peace and we know what it is and we know what to do to get it? Nothing useful more to add. Osofo has spoken. Sermon is finished. It's not offering time yet. Now, take me back to the gentleman I spoke about. He also has kidney issues, right? He could not pay, so he wanted to. Listen.
Johnnie. So I didn't hear me, no. And I'm going to health center. I share polyclinic. And no matter directly me to Temajana Hospital. After the Temajana Hospital for so almost in this uncle UGMC. Manantia, my breath. Nanka, let me imagine, Miss Uncle or no bad. I'm waiting to call no as can mean to me in Tennessee and the mean corner.
The man who teamwork. Ube shadow police and I see Jenna and teamwork and I demand so I see. Sinyamia do Batia in a second pepe. Onyamia don't say so far to me business amount to make a son. That's on your conscious. I be an argument I can't affair. Maybe some are some not training in the do of also free. Lebanon zone 2. Maybe what the name? Yoa, what? Nyato also for zone 2. See, Ocean in Casamua, or let's say, our kidney problem. It's a kidney problem or one, and so ordinary to Busa Force, Washasa, or beyond to me, M1, or fire, and you find it to your night, say, or coming to Naja, or calling the BBI, or calling the life in a short. So
it's sad, though. It's very sad. He wanted to because he's looked left, looked right. There's no social protection policy that, embraces him and gives some warmth to him. There's nothing. He looks left, he looks right. There's the politics of equalization. And you did this and you did that and we did this and we did that. He looks around him and he knows that there's no help. So he wants to. Now, typically in a country like Ghana or anywhere in the world, and I'm asking you, the Gen Zs, you are the ones on social media fighting everybody and insulting everybody. Not all of you, but a large chunk of you. I'm asking you. Typically, what does the chairman of an economic management team do? Typically. Do you know what the chairman of an economic management team does? And when the chairman of the economic management team of the country has told you that we have a solid economic management team and he mocks that of his opponent, and you find that your CD to pound exchange rate is going towards 21 CDs. You must pause and ask the question, typically, what does the head of the economic management team do? Gen Z, do you know? Your plug, does he know? How are you plugging into it? How are you using the keys? Gen Z, I'm asking you, do you know? Typically, what does the head of the economic management team do? Because if we had things going the way we had been promised and told that things would go, I'm not sure that somebody would want to go and be climbing pole, because there would be some respite for him at all costs at some point. Even if he wants to go to Kolebu, or he wants to go to the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, or he wants to go to the Tamale Teaching Hospital, or he wants to go wherever it is to go and get the so-called free dialysis thing, the place has been shut down. Only last week I was here talking about the fact that 30 new dialysis machines have been brought. I clapped for the government. So we like the optics. We like talking big. We like talking and collecting funds. But the real work that has to be done, we do not do it. I say typically, ask yourself this morning, you is busy coming to attack and going to insult people. Typically, what does the head of an economic management team do? More so if he's the economic messiah. What does he do? Because a Messiah is supposed to be a savior. Have we been saved? Have we been saved? Today, my big MPP friends, they all complain to me as well. They have stopped fighting me. Now they complain to me as well. They complain, the same set of people who, when I started Johnny's Bite in 2020, they complain to me as well. Take me to Steve Mantia, then we'll wrap up with him. Steve Mantia is with Isodec. He's in the social, CSO space. He says something that struck me as I listened to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia on Saturday. Ghana will have the lowest duty in West Africa, lowest than that of Togo. Meanwhile, Togo is duty-free. So how will DMB achieve this feat? I mean, how? How is customs duty in Ghana going to be lower than that of a duty-free jurisdiction? Ghanaians, look sharp with 3 screamers, and don't take everything the politician says line, hook, and sinker, hook, line, and sinker. He says something that struck me as I listened to DMB on Saturday. Ghana will have the lowest duty in West Africa, lower than that of Togo. That was the promise, captured in the manifesto. Meanwhile, Togo is duty-free. That's why people route their vehicles through Togo and come, and every time you find customs and the security agencies chasing them. So how will DMB achieve this feat? I mean, how? How is customs duty in Ghana going to be lower than that of a duty-free jurisdiction? The place the thing is free. Then we say ours will be lower than what is free. You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.